Studying or studying with friends actually work? Today we will discuss this question. About me, I'm Pratik and I went from an average student to the top of my entire grade and I'll tell you how to do the same. So let's start the video. First of all, I want to ask you, do you actually study in group studies? Now many people might say that yes I do, it helps me focus when I have my friends around. But the thing is that if you're true to yourself, the answer is no. You're not actually doing anything. You're just sitting around, just pretending to study while you're actually just goofing around with your friends. Of course, there can be exceptional cases, like if your friends are really studious or you guys actually focus when studying, you are getting better results. But those are different things and they're very rare, like near to non existent. So, you can consider that you are not one of those people. Okay? Now, what I want to say is, let's take an analogy of self improvement videos for the group studying concept. Now, someone who just watches self improvement videos and does not take any action. What will you think of that person? Now, many people might say that he's a bad person, like he's stupid, why doesn't he do anything? But the thing is that at least he is doing something. Even if he is not taking action, he's at least doing something, right? He's at least watching self improvement videos and not wasting time watching like those goofy ass games or Instagram reels. Similarly, for group studies, when you are studying in a group, you're at least just studying. Even if you're pretending to study, you're at least studying. But if you were not group studying and just sitting in your room playing Minecraft or whatever, then that would be much worse than you actually group studying. You're getting my point? Like, even if, like right now, you're not at the level of 100, you're at the level of 10. Tell me one thing, which is better, level 1 or level minus 5? Of course, level 1 is better, right? Because at least you are making some progress to that side. But that does not mean that you can be a beginner throughout your life and just say that at least I'm doing something, at least I'm doing this, at least I'm doing that. That this excuse or this statement only applies to people who are absolutely zero right now. Like you get completely like useless or worthless marks or grades, like as it is called, and you have to improve. Then you just showing up that matters right now. But after few sessions, it will not be showing up, but rather you actually doing some purposeful work like improving your techniques. For example, in a gym, for the first few days, it's like you just have to show up to the gym. That's all that matters. But after few days, it's like you have to improve your form, you have to improve your performance, you have to like learn more about muscles and everything. So it slowly goes up. The graph is not like a stagnant line, but it has to go up for your performance to increase. So you have to study more. You have to study better. You cannot just keep the excuse that at least I'm doing something, right? Now, another thing that matters in group studying sessions is who you are actually studying with. Like it might seem obvious at first, but people just pick some random person from the street and just say that I'll study with him. Of course, that's not how it works. For example, if you're studying with me, like I'm a person who actually knows what to do, what to actually like methods to apply, what to actually do, I can tell you, I can guide you. Like, and also just to mention that if you actually want help from me, then I have a course available. It's a pre-sale right now. If you like, you can get it, and it will actually help you in studying a lot. Like, you can get better efficiency in studying. I highly recommend it to you. But if you're studying with someone who is actually good at the art of studying, who is actually like to say a nerd, then you are actually doing some progress because you are basically studying, you are basically learning from someone who knows better than you. It's like you're teaching, you are learning from a teacher. Getting my point? But if you're studying with someone who is not at your level, or even who is not at your level but below you, like your friend who does not get better grades than you but is below you, and you do not have the purpose to teach him, it's not like you are going for the purpose of teaching or for the purpose of revising. You have to study yourself, and then you are thinking that like I got to study with him. Again, that thing does not work at all because you cannot study with someone who doesn't know anything. It's like trying to say that you will be studying with a child, with a 9-year-old about calculus. That thing, of course, does not make sense because for studying, you gotta have someone who actually knows what they're doing, who actually understand what studying is, how you can improve, who actually can say where you are mistaking. Like, let's say you are learning about differentiation. There's one friend of yours who does not know anything about it, and you are just deciding to group study. Then that person, when you make a mistake, will just say that it's correct. Or if the answer is wrong, will just say that I don't know what the like mistake is. Or will just search on internet or whatever. And also another thing is that these people who actually just like are not good at studying, they're actually not good at focus at all. Like just after a few minutes he'll open his phone, or he'll call someone, open Instagram, whatever. You of course do not want that. You want a study session that is like long, continuous, and actually helpful. Now, if you are someone who is actually good at studying, who is actually genuinely trying to help you, then it's completely fine. I even highly recommend it. Like, but if you are someone who is at your level or is below you, then that does not even make any sense to study. You are getting my point? Like, of course, you can help your friends. Like, if you are going with the motive that I have to help him, then that's completely fine. But you cannot just say that I am going to study with a person who doesn't even know much that I do. That does not make sense. Let me tell you a story about myself. Okay. So this story starts in around ninth or 10th grade. There's this one friend of mine, let's call him A. This A person messages me. He says that let's do a group studying session. Like we had maths exam in about 2 or 3 days. So he said, let's do a group studying session. Now, I as a person who did not like group studying like that much, I thought that let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Okay. Then he said that another person B, who is a mutual friend, would also be joining. I thought that okay, no problem, whatever. Then A and B are like with the indie group, and we have created this WhatsApp group, and now we'll be doing the study session. Now, the A person sends the Zoom link of like for studying and everything. I think that okay, whatever, let's just try it. I join the Zoom for video chat and whatever. There, first thing that I notice is that A is not actually serious about studying. He's just saying, like, in the first few minutes, he's serious, like, we have to do this, that, or whatever. Until now, B has not joined. But then he just says that, okay, apply this filter on Zoom, apply this or that on Zoom or whatever. Like, you can do this, you can do that, you can go to your computer and share your screen or whatever. Like, I'm just thinking that when will we actually start? Then a thought like comes in my mind that maybe when B joins, then all that like the trio is joined, then we'll actually start. But then B joins, and both A and B are just into their own talk about what they did today, what they ate yesterday, whatever. Like they're like not studying, but rather doing something that is completely irrelevant to studying. Then like after sometimes A finally says to B that okay, what do you think will come in exam? And I'm finally happy that like there's actually something that is happening. So I start listening intently. Then B says I don't know, and then we all start laughing. Like of course I was feeling awkward, but whatever. I just thought that fuck it, and I just started laughing. Then he asked me, what do you think will come in exam? When I actually genuinely started to answer, I realized that no one was actually paying attention. Like they were not actually expecting me to give an answer. Like I was saying that this can come, that can come, this kind of question can come. But no one was actually attentive. They were like their faces were saying that why are you actually telling this? We are supposed to have fun. So after that point, like after like 5 to 6 minutes, I just left the call and messaged that we can study alone, and then just went to studying on my own. The moral of the story is that group studying are not actually something to like actually study in. You can have fun in it. That's completely fine. Like if you're going with the goal of having fun and like having a sprinkle of studying, then that's fine. But if your complete goal is to study, then I don't think group studying actually makes sense. It's more like you do 10% of study and 90% of fun. And that 10% is also an exaggeration because most of the times nothing happens at all. You're just sitting around, the one person takes too long to reply or too long to like come up in the call. Then when you actually start studying or try to study, then it's like no one is actually paying attention. They are just talking to each other and all. Now, let's talk about the modes of group studying. One can be online, which we discussed right now, as I said that it does not make much sense. One is offline. Now, offline mode has kind of a problem, which is where are you actually studying? That defines it. Like, first thing that defines it is who you are studying with. Second thing that defines it with is like where are you actually studying? Okay. Now, the first place where you can study is, of course, which most people choose, the cafe, like Starbucks or whatever. But I personally think that's the worst place that you can choose. There are many reasons. First, like you have to order something. You cannot just sit around all day doing nothing. So your money is basically being wasted for no reason. And just to tell you that like coffee doesn't actually do anything to you. Like it can okay improve the focus of an ADHD person for let's say 5 or 10 minutes, but it doesn't have a major effect. So you cannot just say that yes bro I'm drinking coffee that's why I'm being productive or whatever. Okay, and also spending a lot of money is completely useless. Second, you cannot actually focus in a cafe because like there are people just moving around. One guy just spills his coffee. One waiter is going around. So like a cafe is the worst place that you can choose. Now don't take this as if I said cafe, then you can go to the movie theater or the park or whatever because all these places are basically the same. They have a lot of distractions and no actual reason to go there. Second place is the library. Okay, library, which I personally think is one of the best places to study because it's literally built for that purpose. Like you can just have a library pass. I don't know what's the exact amount in your area, but you can just buy it or like be a member of the library. Then you can go and spend 6 to 7 hours just studying there. No one will bother you. No one will make a noise because everyone already knows that it's the literal place for you to study. It's like saying that you will study in the school. Everyone expects that, and you can actually focus there because if you are like choosing one place where you have to study, then as soon as you enter that place, your mind will be like in the study mode. Like I have to study now because the time has come and I am in this place. So library is one of the best place. And second thing is that like if you have friends there with which you can study, then those friends will not make a noise because of course like in library they were not allowed to make a noise. In cafe if you have friends then you guys will be just goofing around. Then the third place is someone's house. Now again, this might seem kind of weird, but I don't think studying at someone's house in a group study session of course is actually worth it. If it's your own house then it's still fine, but in someone's house like your friend's house, I don't think it's that good because first of all you already know that it's not the place to study. Like as soon as you enter their house, it's like your mind just instantly connects the dots. It's the house of your friend. You have fun with your friend, so this place must be the place to have fun. So your mind cannot focus there. Second, no one's house is like a billionaire's house with a room completely cleared out. They have a random stuffs and everything. And for that reason, no one actually studies. They just roam around and just sit around like looking at stuff and whatever, right? Then another thing is that studying at someone's house, like in someone's room, is also distracting because of their family. Like their mother comes, like, "What do you want? Chill, like, what do you want? Like coffee or whatever." Then you say, then she comes. Then his brother or sister, or whatever, is like annoying you, or whatever. These things happen. Now in your own house, it can still work. But again, if you have to study in your own house as a group study session, then why don't do it yourself, right? Now, one point that I want to emphasize again is that like you are at least doing some work. Even if you are group studying and you are a complete zero person, like you who did not do anything in your whole year, then as a group study session, you are at least doing something. Even at the cafe, at least you are showing up. That's what matters. Now, another thing that I want to emphasize is that can you actually have fun with someone who you usually have like study sessions with? Of course not. Like let's say you have a nerd friend like who always studies and you just talk to him about studies. Can you expect for you and him to roam around doing this, that, or whatever? Of course, your mind will instantly think that if I'm with this person, then I'll be talking about studies or doing the studying thing. Similarly, is the opposite effect. Now, if you are with someone who you usually have fun with, can you really expect yourself to study with him? Of course not, because your mind instantly connects it that if this is the person that I have fun with, then this must be the place where I have fun with, where I have fun, and this must be the person that I am supposed to have fun with right now. So, of course, you cannot study with him, right? So, that's why I highly recommend for you to not do group studying and everything, right? Now, one thing that again, another thing for which I give group studying a point is if you want to learn a particular concept. For example, let's take an example. Your friend knows about differentiation, but you don't. Like he completely understands it and you don't. Then you set a clear goal for your group study. It's like, I want to study with this person because he knows differentiation, but I don't. As soon as this all is done, like as soon as I have understood this, and we have done a few problems regarding it, I'll leave his house or we'll end the group study session. If that's the case, if you are being this specific, then it's completely fine, because then at that point it's more like you are doing a particular teaching job. Like your person is coming, like your friend of course is coming, teaching you about differentiation, then leaving. You are actually teaching, like you are actually learning from that person, not actually doing a group study session. Like of course the goal cannot be that I just want to have fun. Of course that's not a goal at all. But goal cannot be that I want to study for exam. Which topic do you want to study, which subject do you want to study, which person will help you with which subject? You have to be this specific. And as soon as that goal is achieved, you can, like after 5 to 10 minutes, just wrap the session, then just fucking leave. If you want to completely focus on your studies. Of course if you want to hang out with your friend and whatever, then that's completely fine. But I guess that if you are on this channel, then you actually want to study and want to be better in your grades, right? Now, what I want to say again is there are always exceptions. Your friends might be amazing at studying and they might be helping you. You might be actually able to focus better in group studies. You might be actually a person who actually likes to study with someone else rather than alone. You just cannot stand being alone. Those are exceptional cases and I get it. But some you gotta like develop a habit somehow. You cannot say that okay, I am afraid of water, that's why I'll never learn to swim. Or I am afraid of the like weights or whatever, that's why I'll never go to the gym. You have to like achieve the task somehow at some point of your life. If you don't, then you cannot just rely on someone to show up for you to like being shown the way. You have to see the way yourself. For that, be it you have to study all day and all night even if you do not want to. You are getting my point. Now, in this video, I have told you various disadvantages of group studying. Like, it's not worth it, you cannot focus, it's distracting, and you can better study yourself alone. But I have also told various advantages in the cases when group studying might actually work. First case that I told you, your friends are actually studious. Okay, like they are actually helping you to study rather than like just goofing around and everything. Second, you literally cannot focus on like alone and you are a beginner. At that point, at least you showing up matters. Third, you're doing it with someone with a genuine goal. You have a goal that you want to understand this topic, and that person explains that to you. Besides these three cases, I don't think group studying actually works. Like you can just go around and do your studying alone. How hard is it? Instead of relying on someone, you can just do it alone. You'll be more independent. You'll be more happy because you'll learn how to live alone. You'll be like more intelligent because you'll actually start making patterns out of your study rather than relying on someone to tell you what actually the pattern was. Your mind will be more sharp. So instead of trying to be like, yes, I will study with someone, when someone shows up, just try studying yourself and you'll actually see the results. Now, again, if you want to learn more about how I studied, or how I actually went from an average student to top of my entire grade, or how do you do the discipline work, then you can join my program again. It's very affordable right now and you can get it for cheap. It's a pre-sale right now. Okay, now you can join, you can watch my previous videos if you want to learn more about concepts of studying and techniques, like how to actually study. I have literally made a whole video on how to actually study, how to ask doubts. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, work like a dog, live like a lion.